Game of Thrones, a comprehensive overview. Game of Thrones, based on George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series, is one of the most influential and talked about television series of all time. Premiering on HBO in 2011 and concluding in 2019 after 8 seasons, the show became a global phenomenon, known for its complex characters, intricate political intrigue, and shocking twists. With its high production values, massive ensemble cast, and exploration of themes like power, morality, and legacy, Game of Thrones left an indelible mark on modern television. Premise and setting. Set in the fictional continents of Westeros and Essos, Game of Thrones tells the story of noble families vying for control of the Iron Throne and the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros. The series begins with King Robert Baratheon ruling the realm and House Stark of Winterfell being drawn into the political machinations of King's Landing. As the story unfolds, multiple factions emerge, each with their own claim to power, while an existential threat looms in the form of the White Walkers, an ancient race of ice beings. The central conflict is intertwined with individual character journeys, exploring how power, loyalty, and morality intersect in a world where survival often requires ruthless choices. Key houses and characters. House Stark. The Honorable Stark family of Winterfell serves as the emotional core of the series. Led by Eddard Ned Stark, Sean Bean, in the early seasons, the family faces immense trials as their members are scattered across Westeros. Jon Snow, Kit Harington, Ned's illegitimate son, who rises from being a member of the Night's Watch to a key player in the fight for the realm. Arya Stark, Maisie Williams, a fiercely independent and resourceful girl who becomes a trained assassin. Sansa Stark, Sophie Turner, a young noblewoman who evolves into a politically savvy and resilient leader. Bran Stark, Isaac Hempstead Wright, a boy with mystical abilities who becomes the Three-Eyed Raven, capable of seeing past, present, and future events. House Lannister. Known for their wealth and cunning, the Lannisters are key players in the fight for power. Tyrion Lannister, Peter Dinklage, a sharp-tongued, highly intelligent dwarf who often finds himself at odds with his family. Cersei Lannister, Lena Headey, a ruthless and ambitious queen who stops at nothing to protect her family's power. Jaime Lannister, Nikolai Coster-Waldau, a skilled swordsman with a complex moral code, torn between duty and love. House Targaryen. The exiled heirs to the Iron Throne. Daenerys Targaryen, Emilia Clarke, a determined and charismatic leader who begins as an underdog and rises to command armies and dragons. The Night's Watch and the White Walkers. The Wall, a massive structure of ice, separates the Seven Kingdoms from the dangers of the far north, including the White Walkers, an ancient and existential threat. Major themes. The pursuit of power. At its core, Game of Thrones is a story about power, its pursuit, use, and consequences. Characters like Cersei, Daenerys, and Littlefinger are willing to go to extreme lengths to achieve their goals, while others, like Ned Stark and Jon Snow, struggle to balance morality with leadership. Morality and ambiguity. The series blurs the line between hero and villain, portraying characters with complex motivations. Decisions often carry unintended consequences, and even the most well-intentioned actions can lead to tragedy. Family and loyalty. Family dynamics drive much of the conflict in Game of Thrones. The Starks' unity contrasts with the Lannisters' internal strife, while Daenerys' quest is deeply rooted in reclaiming her family's legacy. War and its cost. The series does not shy away from depicting the brutality and human cost of war. The devastation wrought by battles like the Battle of the Bastards and the destruction of King's Landing highlights the toll of ambition and violence. The threat of the other. The White Walkers serve as a metaphor for existential threats that are ignored in favor of petty rivalries. The show critiques humanity's inability to unite against a common enemy. Key storylines. The War of the Five Kings. The power vacuum left by King Robert Baratheon's death leads to a multi-sided civil war. Stannis and Renly Baratheon, Robb Stark, Joffrey Baratheon, and Balon Greyjoy all vie for power, creating a web of alliances and betrayals. Daenerys' rise in Essos. Daenerys Targaryen begins her journey in exile, eventually amassing an army and 3 dragons. Her arc explores themes of leadership, justice, and the challenges of ruling. The Night King and the White Walkers. The White Walkers' march south serves as the ultimate existential threat. Their defeat by Arya Stark in Season 8 marks the culmination of one of the series' central arcs. The fight for the Iron Throne. The quest for control of the Iron Throne drives much of the conflict in the series. The final season sees Daenerys, Jon, and Cersei vying for dominance, with unexpected outcomes that reshape Westeros. Memorable moments. The Red Wedding, Season 3, a shocking massacre that decimates House Stark's leadership. The Battle of the Bastards, Season 6, an epic and visually stunning battle between Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton. The Night King's death, Season 8, Arya Stark kills the Night King in a climactic moment, ending the White Walker threat. Cersei's Walk of Atonement, Season 5, a harrowing and symbolic punishment for the Queen. Daenerys' destruction of King's Landing, Season 8, a controversial moment that underscores her descent into tyranny. Reception and impact. Game of Thrones received widespread critical acclaim during its early seasons for its complex characters, rich world building, and political intrigue. However, the final seasons, particularly Season 8, were met with mixed reactions. Many fans and critics felt the pacing was rushed, and character arcs were unsatisfactorily resolved. Despite these controversies, the show remains a cultural phenomenon and is often credited with raising the bar for television production quality. The series won numerous awards, including 59 Primetime Emmy Awards, and launched the careers of many of its cast members. It also spawned a vast fandom, merchandise, and spin-offs, including House of the Dragon. Legacy. Game of Thrones revolutionized television, blending cinematic visuals with complex storytelling. Its exploration of power, morality, and human ambition resonated with audiences worldwide. Despite its divisive conclusion, the series remains a benchmark for the fantasy genre and a testament to the power of storytelling on an epic scale. Its influence continues to shape modern television and popular culture, ensuring its place as one of the greatest shows in history.